Evening, guys. So I just got home from work and I was listening to a debate on standing for truth, and it was a debate between a guy named Caleb and a guy named Patrick, and they were discussing the subject of salvation and if salvation is once saved, always saved, or if it's not, or if you can lose your salvation. And one thing that I specifically wanted to touch on, it was this one point that Caleb kept making, and it was he kept citing the verse, where it says you have to work out your salvation with fear and trembling, and he kept using the Greek with the word work out. But the thing is we have it in the English, right? We don't need to complicate things by going to the Greek. All right, we have it in the English. Okay, it's perfectly fine. All right, but he kept insinuating that by working out our salvation with fear and trembling, he was insinuating that we had to physically do something, that we had to obtain or work towards something when it comes to our salvation. But I gotta say, you're getting into sketchy territory there when you start saying that your salvation is that any part of your salvation is dependent on the individual. It's not. Your salvation is solely dependent on Jesus Christ and your faith in Jesus Christ. All right, nothing else. Ephesians says it. For by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is a gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. So there's no works involved in when it comes to salvation. All right, the verse working out your salvation with fear and trembling has nothing to do with you physically doing something to maintain or obtain your salvation. No. How do we work out our salvation with fear and trembling? By putting your faith in Jesus Christ, by humbling yourself and admitting that you are a sinner and that you can't do it by yourself, that you need a Savior, Jesus Christ, that His blood is the only thing that covers your sin. So, in conclusion, you are getting into very sketchy territory when you start saying that that any part of your salvation is dependent on you. It is not. It is solely dependent on Jesus Christ and Him alone. So I hope you guys found that informative. Have a blessed night. See ya.